Hello. I wasn't even in the screen. That's funny. I'm here. No, I was trying to get things situated. Had a little accident, but we're good now. I spilled my drink. It happens. So sorry about that, folks. I am here. Could you hear me? And they were going, "Where are you?" I don't know if you could hear me. I was trying to tell you guys. That's all right. I'm here now. So how's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Now let's try this again before I had to stop real fast. Okay, who's all here? Mark, of course. Blue. Cindy Lee. Hello, dear. And Pixie's here. Hello, dear. Yeah, we've been eating all day, so I'm not even close to being hungry. Nope, didn't hear you. Yeah, I was trying to let you guys know I must not have been able to have the mic on at the same time. That sucks. Yeah, I was trying to clean up. Wasn't bad, thank God. Real estate stuff. Oh, fun. Nothing like moving and dealing. Green and blue. Hey, Guardian Jackpot, how you doing? Yeah, we ate pretty good today. I mean, we had our Thanksgiving dinner today. And then I got up and started the morning off with homemade sausage gravy and biscuits. And poor Dad was full before we even started. Hey, Feisty Kitty, how are you? Did I miss anybody else? I don't think I did. Paranoid Pixie, Cindy, Blue, Mark. That's it. And then Guardian Jackpot and Feisty Kitty. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I really don't say a whole lot on Friday nights. I try to. But, you know, it's her night. She enjoys it so much. You took an hour or so you can stay up. That's good. I wish I could take naps. Naps for me are a mistake. Big mistake. Oh, Smoochie. That's who I missed. Smoochie. Hey, Smoochie, thank you for saying me. Let me know you're here. I knew I missed some, but I'm going, I know I saw somebody else in that chat. So how you doing, misbehaving? Thank you. I'm so sorry. I missed a couple people the other night, too. Felt bad. Poor Josephine. Somebody else, too. I mean, it's just, I do that. I try. And it wasn't even a busy night. And that happens when it's the least busiest. We could get those up, too. I'm still thinking about working over to Rumble. I think I'm going to do a stream over there and see how it goes. But I gotta dump a couple videos first. So I think I'm going to do some walkthroughs. You'll see what I mean when you go to Rumble. And I have my own channel, so I have the DragonZW, and I might do the Gemma replays over there. Making homemade brew. Just be careful. Don't anything go boom boom. See, she made 3,000. She's so happy. That's such good news. I thought she was going to blow up. The poor girl's sicker than a dog. Hey, there he is, Jarvis. How you doing, my good man? Hey, I'm supposed to go to probably after the holidays. I'm going to go to Kansas. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to come down to Cincinnati and see a buddy of mine. You're around, I may come by and say, hey, go have lunch or something. I had to repaint this. Yeah, I got to redo some things in the bathroom, some touch-up painting here and there. And then I got a wall I got to fix. It wasn't the fire's fault. It was just the wall was time to be fixed, so I got to fix it. Long Island Brew. Hey, Mike, how you doing? I hope you're doing good, too. Good to see you. Yeah, I had a good Thanksgiving. Pretty chilled. Hung out with Pop. Today we actually had our Thanksgiving. Like I said, we ate all day. I just was going to town. We needed it. Tomorrow's lazy day. I'm going to fiddle around, do a few things, and take care of a few things. And I'm sitting on my butt and doing a couple of things for myself. Was unpacking some Amazon boxes. These the most powerful forces. Yeah, you can mess you up. Just reading everybody's chat here. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It was a pretty good day. I cooked all day, did a little bit of this and a little bit of that while I cooked. So it was I'd say it was a pretty productive day. And then we're going to do, for Gemma's replay, we're going to do the one about the stairways. Staircases in the woods. I have some things. I have a couple stories. Actually, one that I witnessed and was part of myself after that. I think it'd be a good little small subject to kind of get the night going after that. And that's about it. Ghosty gonna roast them. I don't do villagers anymore. People taste funny now. I'm back to good old cows and sheep. There he is. There's Ralph. Wanted to drop everywhere. Hey man, you do what you need. The kid said 7:30 this morning. Hey, thanks, man. You be good and take care of the kids. Have a good one, man. Always good to see you. Yes, it is a Sunday, isn't it? Yes, I will. And you have a good night's rest, man. You need it. Oh, this kids. Just have a good day tomorrow. Have a wonderful Sunday. And hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday if you can sneak in for Gemma's 11 o'clock premiere. No, Monday. Monday at 11. You can tell I'm all wound up. Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Here is her premiere. I think she's even got it ready to go, so I'll have to show it off later tonight. Yeah, there are some pretty good stories about staircases in the woods, in the forests, in the back out. So, of course, there's some in the back out. But yeah, I've seen a couple in the woods. And it's weird because, well, the one was pretty obvious there was a property there. It was just so weird how the stairs was everything that was left standing. It was kind of freaky. And then there was another one that was up north where Mansfield. We saw one out in the middle of nowhere. Now that one was a little weird because it was a curved staircase. I mean, it was obvious there was property there, but that property was gone a long time ago. And that staircase looked clean. I mean, it was weird. That was probably the weirdest thing I saw. But we'll talk more about that after we watch the video. Good night, Ralph. Take care of yourself, bud. Please do. You're a good man. I'm going to have a count now. I'm good. Actually, like I said, I ate good. I have to lose weight and I gain more. That guy took off like 15 pounds almost, and then I turned around and went away and came back, and I got taken off again. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Behold. But yeah, Chris, I may be coming your way after the holidays, so I'll let you know. I gotta go see hi to John, my partner in crime in the Bonanza days and Ponderosa days. I'm glad everybody's coming in. I thank you all very much. Yeah, we'll start the video here in a little bit. It's a nice little, I think, 16-minute, 17-minute video. Try to do short ones first, but I think that's what I'm going to do too now, since we're done with listener encounters, is do some of the videos she did in the past that I kind of had interest in. Had some things to talk about. Yeah, I feel good, Mark. I do. Other than just not sleeping and having the jitters once in a while. They're coming my way. I don't know. I'm supposed to take Dad down to Tennessee. I'd like to take him down in the spring. It all depends on how he does. He was supposed to go to Jersey with me we were both kind of hesitant because he was kind of having a rough time. But I'm going to take him down to see his son. I'm going to make his son take him for a week. Let him enjoy some of that Tennessee air. God knows the man hasn't been away from this house for God knows how long. I mean, he has, but you know what I mean. Away from the house. I really wanted him to go to Jersey. I'm kind of glad he didn't because he probably would have gotten sicker than he did when I came home because I know I brought something home. Waiting for Sunday's episode of Bats. Yes, I got to catch up on 2. I got to catch up on the 3rd Godzilla. I haven't watched it yet. Or Monarch. Yeah, Mike, I'm doing all right. I'm feeling good. Things are. I said a while ago that things were getting back to normal. They really didn't get back to the fire. And then my daughter's still going through her fire. At least it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. When I looked at the picture, I thought it was the one that was burned down, but it was double. And one half was completely gone. Where thank goodness it was the other side. But they suffered a lot of damage, way worse than we did. But the other side was crispy. That poor girl's still going through that. They finally, she's in a new place and everything. Thank goodness. But yeah. So, but we are starting to feel normal. It took Dad a while. But yeah, we're all doing good. He's just going nuts. He's ready. He wants to go somewhere, but it's now at the point now with winter and everything. He gets out and he was ready to go home in about an hour. But I wanted to take him to Jersey, and we both And then I think Tim said something about coming up, and I said, "Why don't we let us come down? If he can make the trip, it'll be about a 2-day trip for him. I don't think he can drive straight through. So we'll take a 2-day trip. Maybe leave him down there. We'll hang out down there for a few days. Bring him home. He'll do good. Do a little sightseeing on the way back. But it's my bro, so it'll be good. Take him fishing. Man, that poor man didn't get to go fishing last year. He was going nuts. Now he wants to go fishing, so we got to do that. Yeah, I know you got caves nearby. Blue. Plenty of them, actually. So does Tim down there. I prefer caves. Caves under the basement. There's only one for that. But I've got all kinds of little exits coming out. So, yeah, I will let you know. Oh, I'll let you know in plenty of time. I'm a planner, so you don't have to worry about that, Chris. Oh, yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, because I got to let John know. He still works for Golden Corral. Or Ryan. No, it's Ryan's. I'm sorry. He still works for Ryan's down there. Now he's in Kentucky somewhere. He did work in Clorain. Now he moved over to Kentucky, I believe. So he's got one of the top selling, one of the best stores around, I guess. So he's always busy. Yeah, plenty of cows. There's plenty of cows here too, more than you can count at times. Cows and corn and soybean. A lot of soybean. I binged the last couple of days on Cyberpunk, Ghost in the Shell. Hey, good stuff, man. Guardian Angels. That's my league right there. I love my good anime. I introduced Giles to a lot of the older stuff. Now he's in it. That's my son. Now he's in it big time. Big time. Probably more than I ever was. Yeah, that's all right. Me and Squatch get along. They don't like me because I tend to sneeze and catch them on fire. So all that fur and hair and whatever you want to call it, they don't like that. Him and Dogman don't like me. When I sneeze or catch a cold, or they just piss me off, I just singe them down real quick. Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, they're down there. Tim won't admit it, but he kind of was, last time I talked to him on the phone, that's my oldest brother that lives down there. He cracked me up. I made a joke about Hill if he can hear those hoots and hollers. And he goes, "We're close enough you ever can." And that's all he said. I don't think he believes, but I think he does hear them because they're close enough to that. We're all right almost at the base of the populations. I'm glad everybody's doing good. We're going to start this video here pretty soon. This is a short video. I kind of want to touch on that subject too. Battlestar Galactica. I prefer the old ones. That's the ones I grew up with. I didn't really get to watch the new ones, the redos, as one might say, just Sci-Fi Channel ones. You take care, Guardian Jackpot. You have a good one. Enjoy your evening. And enjoy your Sunday. And Monday's work day. I don't know how everybody works around here, so. But yeah, I think I'm going to get ready to prep this baby up. I'm hoping Miss Edna will come in sometime during it. I hope she's doing well. I bring her up because I've known Miss Edna for a while. And I was kind of hoping Lotus to come in when she took her cigarette break. But she's been sleeping, helping herself sleep at night, so that's a good thing. Yeah, that's when the Sci-Fi Channel was good. It's like everything else. You know, MTV is not MTV anymore. Sci-Fi Channel is not the Sci-Fi Channel. Sci-Fi Channel officially went down the hill when they started showing wrestling on Friday. That's what hurt. And then they started making the cheesy ass movies. But some of them are pretty funny. Yeah, I watched the original Battlestar when I was a kid, only because Wonder Bread was one of the sponsors, so Dad was always bringing home stuff from sponsorships, and that was one of the big ones with Battlestar Galactica. So I always did watch the show. I used to watch Doctor Who, and then I just lost it. I just kind of faded away from it. Yeah, you want to talk about some serious lore there. Ooh, this Doctor Who's been around a while. Without. Now, I liked Fire Escape. A lot of people didn't. I liked Fire Escape. In fact, I have the movie. But yeah, that's when all those channels were actually what they said they were. We got here 12, 27. Okay. It was great. The good old days when television was great. I got bored the other night while I was doing some research. I switched over to screens. And on one screen, I was watching old holiday Thanksgiving cartoons from the 60s and the 70s I hear on YouTube. I just letting them play while I did work. Because I figured Sunny would stream. I was kind of hoping Sunny would stream last night. I showed up on the stream. I kept watching for him. I hear they're bringing back Stargate SG. Yeah, I heard that too. Now, I liked the first couple seasons. I liked the movie. That kind of hooked me into the first couple seasons, and I think that's another one I just kind of lost time with. 1 second here. I put a throat lozenge in, and it's just making things worse. I did a little bit of work outside. We'll put some rain all day tomorrow, so my daughter's getting snow. They're about 2 inches now, she says. She lives in the northwestern part of Kansas, there toward Colorado. And she's been sending me pictures all night. Maybe I can pull them up later. But it's snowing pretty good there. She said it started just a little bit before dark and has been nonstop. I like to see some mess. I told her, send it this way. I'm a typist. I'm a bum. I'm a bum of a dragon that hides in a basement under the cave, deep down deep. But let me get this all queued up. Okay, that's on. That's good. Give me back no more after there. There we go. Right. Okay, let me see if I can get this. That's good. Hey, we're right at the beginning, too. Okay. Put you guys back up here. Yeah. I think we're ready to go here in a minute. Not much one. I hope everybody's still around. We still got 12 people. I'm shocked. Wow. Well, we're going to do this real quick. And you guys just sit and talk for a little bit. I'm going to have a quick smoke. And I am trying to quit. Been good all day till about a half hour ago. Yeah. Had to go get another pack. I didn't want to, but I did. Working on nerves. No, actually, it's a poor excuse. But anyways, so we're going to get this started if everybody's good with that, because I want to talk afterwards. So let's knock this baby out of the way and see some classic Gemma. Classic Gemma. Since that's what this is all about. Our lovely little oracle reader. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get this popped up. Real good. Let's get the invite. Oh, there we go. Share it. See if I can cook here. Are you sharing or not? There we go. I'm using two screens here. Huh? See if we get everything in work here. You guys are good. Do that. I always like that better. Let me go full screen on it. Oops, not on that. Am I full screen on it? Yes, I am. All right, let's do this. And here we go.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, just welcome. My name is Gemma Jade, but today we are going to be discussing, once again, these weird and random staircases in the woods.
Can you guys hear that
okay?
okay?
A while back on this strange but extremely interesting phenomenon, it surely didn't start with me. As far as I can tell with my extensive research, this all started to come to light when people finally started talking about the strange things they were seeing and or encountering, not only deep in our world's woods and forests, but in the national parks of the United States and Canada. There has been report after report of terrifying things lurking about in the woods. UFOs, unknown beasts, demons, spirits, cryptids, white-eyed kids and their black-eyed counterparts, glimmermen. I could go on and on and on. But now the focus is these strange and seemingly random staircases in the woods. This topic absolutely fascinates me, fascinates so many people, because there doesn't even seem, at least in my opinion, to be any kind of reasonable or rational theory as to what the hell these things are doing there. Why are they there? What purpose could they possibly serve if not for being a part of some useful structure from long ago? Well, I don't have the answer for you guys today, regrettably. I do have some more very interesting and bizarre information. People who claim to have come across these staircases in the woods, some of my own opinions. I wanted to share with you guys some things I've managed to put together from my research. While there's nowhere near enough factual, documented, or credible information for any of this to be proof these stairways actually exist, I believe in everything I'm about to tell you enough to feel confident in presenting the information to you guys and letting you make your own decisions about it, as I always do. A lot of people ask me, and I get asked all of the time lately, whether or not this phenomenon is even real. And all I can answer that with is to respond by letting whoever asks me know that I wholeheartedly believe in these staircases, in the encounters that I've reported, not all of the encounters, and any and all of the information I present to you all at any given time. I've come to find that many of the encounters take place at night. People in the woods, for whatever reason or another, coming across these strange structures when the sun is already set, and the forests and woods of anywhere are scary enough, at least for most of us. How much more so, though, when you come across something like this? These staircases seem to come out of the ground, and most of the time they go so high up, they have so many steps to climb before the person reaches the top. It seems as though they may have found a literal stairway to heaven, at least to those of us who believe in that kind of thing, right? Keep in mind, though, that's not at all what I think these stairs are for, though, but I'll save my personal opinions and ideas until later on in the video. The next thing I thought was quite interesting is that in the forests and woods, there is dirt and leaves, and at the very least, some kind of dust or debris, right? I mean, we're talking about outside in nature, in the freaking woods. Of course, I mean, that's just common sense. However, the reports of these stairways or staircases almost always have in common that these steps seem to be spotless. That's right. No dirt or anything on a single one of the stairs themselves, and even the areas surrounding it are more clean than normally one would see while out exploring. So, not just the stairs, it's like the surrounding area has no leaves that fall from the trees in the autumn, things like that. Much of the time, too, there's carpet, mostly red or white, and the carpet seems to always be in immaculate condition. It's pristine, absolutely spotless. Impossible, I know, but actually not, because again, and I reiterate, I believe most of the encounters and take them as fact. I do. Remember that in this community, sometimes just belief in your own personal knowledge is enough to stand behind something and take it as fact. If you're a skeptic or non believer, feel free, obviously, to take all of this with a grain of salt. And if you're in the UK, take it with a pinch of salt. There have been many reports coming in from other places around the world recently, too. It's not just in America and Canada's national parks anymore. There's quite a few encounter stories that come from deep in the actual jungles of other countries, far beyond the boundaries of where someone really should be exploring. Maybe this is why such boundaries are put in place, usually by one government entity or another. Am I wrong here, though? I could be. If you're from a part of the world that has actual jungles and have heard of the reports coming in from all over the world about these staircases being deep inside of them, let me know. Is it the government who sets up the boundaries of these places? I asked to save myself the inevitable humiliation aimed at me in the comments from randos for getting something wrong and not knowing all of the answers. Anyways, moving on, I digress. These are places where not only is it incredibly easy to get lost and possibly not ever find your way back out of, but also where nobody would hear you scream should you happen to. It would be so much harder to find you as well should you be lost. Is it all a coincidence that these staircases are always found in places like this? They're always reported to have been found in places like this. I don't believe in coincidence, as most of you know. Especially in this line of work, it's like, sorry, no coincidences here. So that tells you my answer to that one. As far as I've been able to tell, this whole phenomenon started sweeping the scary encounter forums when a national parks worker took to a certain online site and started telling of their bizarre and strange encounters with all things terrifying in the woods. I recounted the encounter, which is allegedly the very first one in part of this series. Allegedly, the very first one that was put out there on the internet on this forum, anyway. Mainly, though, this person spoke about the staircases and was asking if anyone else had ever come across them. He even said, like, I don't care if you believe me or not. Have you come across something like this? Like, he was desperate to know. The response was shocking, and it's still one of the more highly debated topics in the paranormal community. Even the most gullible people I've ever come across have told me that I'm insane or reaching for believing wholeheartedly in this particular phenomenon. So many people reacted and responded to this one person's post. It was almost like it took the paranormal community by storm, with each person being incredibly surprised and shocked that they weren't alone in what they had come across and or witnessed. Still, there are more and more people coming forward every single day. I can hardly keep up. Yet, it's still not the most talked about topic in the general world of the paranormal community and mainly stays in those message boards and chat forums. Not all of the time, mind you, but most of the time, that's where these reports stay. Like UFOs in the woods or Bigfoot. Could these possibly be something naturally occurring in nature? I know that seems like a bit of a dumb question, but believe it or not, many people, skeptics mainly, are saying that that's the case, that these stairways are naturally occurring. They're a natural force or a natural thing, like flowers growing. I haven't heard anything credible there. Naturally occurring staircases in the woods that seem to reach higher than we can even see, possibly right into the heavens themselves, sometimes covered with carpets and always crystal clean of dirt and or any debris. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. That's some Kool-Aid this girl can't swallow. People who have witnessed them claim that they felt an overwhelming sense of dread, or at the very least, they somehow just knew that these things were bad news and not to be messed with. Many people have reported climbing them, though it was never a pleasant experience. Some people even reported getting an evil vibe off of them. I said in my last video that I was annoyed because of the fact that the people who reported climbing them all said that they ran back down, for the most part anyway, after attempting to climb all the way to the top. Reports vary from it being extremely quiet halfway up to the top to hearing murderous screams and being forced to turn and run. There isn't a lot of detail there, though. The silence is creepy, okay, but is it enough to give up and run away? In my opinion, no, but that could just be what I'm doing for a living here. I would do everything I could to get to the top because I think the answers lie there. And I also think there's way more than just one answer to be had as well. Do we know how deep into the ground they even go? Forces are also said to practically shove the person climbing back down if they are getting too close to whatever it is at the top, whatever it is that wants to stay hidden from us. Whether it's a naturally occurring phenomenon, a stairway to heaven itself, or something altogether different and out of this world. This is where I wanted to start with encounters, but it seems as though finding more than the handful I recounted in the last video I did is almost impossible, at least ones that I find to be credible and true. So let's talk some more about this phenomenon in general terms. It can never hurt to have too much information or to be too well informed if you should ever come across something like this or any of the other equally bizarre phenomena I speak of all throughout this channel and other places. Another thing that's happening in these reports is people are saying, whether they have claimed to climb the stairs or not, to have been missing some time. Most of the time, this happens just by simply being in the general vicinity of these strange steps. A lot of people liken this phenomenon to being abducted by aliens. This happens far too often in reports of even encountering extraterrestrials. So, essentially, just like with the people encountering the stairs, it seems as though this is a very common occurrence, which is directly linked to coming across or even just being aware of these structures. Another person who climbed up a staircase similarly reports that the walk up the stairs was normal. However, at the top, they began to see things in the trees. They said that someone with a dark, lean face and round black eyes was staring at them from inside the foliage. This hiker only caught a glimpse of the face before it disappeared, and the hiker quickly ran back to the bottom of the staircase. I still get confused when people mention what they saw at the top. Is this the very top of the staircase? I mean, this again has yet to be fully explained. It also happens quite often that a person will come across a particular set of stairs in the woods, and for whatever reason, should they think to get some pictures or even to take some video of it, something tends to be wrong with their equipment or their phones. Electronics that seem to be working perfectly fine only seconds before coming across these anomalies go immediately on the fritz at the mere thought of capturing the image of it in any way, or so it seems. In extremely rare cases of alleged photos being taken, they are blurry or quite obviously belong to an explainable structure, probably from a building or something long ago. Also, if for whatever reason the person doesn't have a cell phone or other recording devices on them at the time of running into the steps, when they go back with the recording device or just going back in general to show someone else or see it again, there's nothing there. Then people who claim to have had the presence of mind to have marked the exact spot and coordinates of the staircases they claim to have found on a map say that when they go back to get the proof they need, the stairs are mysteriously gone. Do we only get one shot at seeing them? I suppose only time will tell. One more thing I want to talk about before ending this video is theories. And boy, do they run the gamut and don't they abound when it comes to this subject as well. Many people believe that these are simply tales of people with big imaginations coming across man-made stairways, which are there for whatever reason in the middle of some random woods somewhere, and they're letting these imaginations, these huge imaginations they have, just run wild. They will point you to the aforementioned fact that there isn't any documented proof that these structures actually exist, except to say that, again, they belong to structures built for whatever reason long ago. Also, they say these stories originated on the section of this particular forum for made up stories meant to spice up the night of people who are home alone and trying, but to no avail, to get some shut eye. However, if you really take a look at these encounters, at least any of the ones that I feel are credible, any of the credible ones, you'll see the attention to detail is far too much for these to simply be tall tales of an overactive imagination. They're just too detailed to be dismissed so easily. And again, it's just my opinion, but I would think it foolish to dismiss them at all. Like people do with Bigfoot or they do with UFOs. And now our government is even saying, at least in the United States, that UFOs exist. So aren't you foolish to have dismissed them for all these years? I'm not calling anyone stupid. I'm just asking a question. Could these stairs have been built as pulpits for occult ceremonies? Maybe, at least in some cases. I mean, we are just theorizing here, so I believe nothing could be completely thrown out as far as what's going on. The main thing I keep coming back to, though, is the overwhelming sense of dread the people who come across them always and without fail report feeling, even most times before they even set sight on the stairs. It even happens before they know what they're looking at once they do realize what they are. And also, why can't they ever seem to be located the second time around, or the third, the fourth? There have been some other more paranormal theories about the stairs. Some believe that the staircases are most likely gateways to another dimension or even to hell itself, which to me, as a Christian, doesn't make sense because hell is below, not above. But you never know. I mean, what if there are realms and dimensions up there that are hellish? Or what if hell is just another realm? I don't know, guys. This is getting crazy, right? However, one of the more popular theories comes from a psychic who publicized her thoughts in a blog post. She claims to have psychically explored several of these staircases. Allegedly, there is a clear energy shift near the staircases, and that getting close to them with her mind causes her emotions to become numb. According to the blog, the staircases are used as locations for alien abductions. She says that the stairs serve as portals through the many layers of the earth so that aliens can take their victims away to experiment on them. According to her, this is why the staircases are so often spotted by search and rescue personnel looking for missing people. I would love to find one of these things in the woods to see if I can get the same feelings and visions. I don't know about portals, but one time Steve and I were discussing this phenomenon. He said to think of the steps that come out of the side of an airplane and what they're for. They're to come down off the plane or craft once it's landed. So, is this what we're dealing with here? Landings for UFOs. In my humble opinion, each and every one of these theories is credible in its own rights and even somewhat reasonable, as we are dealing with something not only very new, but completely unknown. Who's to say what we can and can't or should or shouldn't rule out? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, please be sure and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed hanging out with me, if you enjoy talking about theories about staircases in the woods. I don't know, just if you had a good time, and to do me the favor. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, hit that notification bell and spread the love by sharing this video. If you would be so kind as to check out the description box, there you will find links to my Wednesday night live oracle reading. Starts at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time and goes to 10:45 or 11 p.m. Eastern time, where anyone who comes into the chat, first come, first serve basis, I give a 1-card intuitive oracle reading to for free. New decks pretty much every week. I mean, I have a ton of new decks that I haven't even cracked open yet. It's a really good time. If you can't make the live, go in and check out one of the older ones that I have down there, because you'll still get a message for yourself. Listen through, and whatever message resonates, that's your message. We will always get our messages at the right time. The universe works that way for us. Also, in the description box, you will find a link to my interview with Dave Scott on Spaced Out Radio, where I talk about my book, Missing the Faith Theory by Gemma Jade, which you can find the links to the Kindle and paperback version on Amazon also down there. And if you would like a signed copy, please email me before making that purchase. Speaking of email, if you have any encounters with the supernatural and or paranormal that you would like to be a part of my listener encounter series, or for any and all other correspondence, please email me at GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. Just be patient in waiting for a response. PayPal and Patreon information there as well. You can catch me on Friday and Sunday nights over on Missing Persons and Mysteries with Steve Stockton. It's systemic.
Mic off, and I have my mic off. But yeah, well, I just shut it off. That's old in the past. Those days are done gone. I'm not muted now. I know, I'm a little slow. But yeah, it's an interesting subject of these staircases. And I'll clarify the 2 events that I've ran into, because the one we actually went back and couldn't find, the first one. But it was the second one that kind of creeped me out. So, everybody get into the night yet? We are settling in. I'm about 10 people now. That's kind of cool. So, welcome again. You came in while I was running the video. Yeah, it is fascinating. What do you guys think these stairways are that just happen to show up? Because, there still are reports of them. There's still people seeing them here and there. Now, she said that they had seen these staircases when they done missing persons out there in the old national parks. If that actually happened, I don't ever remember hearing. I went to go back and look. If those actually did show up here and there, and no, here and there in those reports, in those 411 missing reports, I need to find out a little bit more about them. Now, the first one we saw, I was probably about 16, and there's some woods north of me. What we did was we crossed the river here, and we were walking up the old Tangy. And before there's a housing development that's on that side of the river, just past this, it's called Antrim Lake, but it's actually just a big round pond. It was an Indian cabin that filled in. Anyways, just up north of there is the high school and stuff. And then there's a section of wood. See, I'm tongue-tied really bad. Woods that are pretty heavy. Somebody said there was a settlement there a long time ago, back when Worthington was very old. And so we kind of cross the river and figure we'd go up and see what we could find. You got to be careful because you also end up walking on people's property. But most people are pretty cool because they know you fish the river. So we were walking up. We found the woods. We went in. We couldn't find anything of any of the buildings but this one place that had a staircase. It was really weird because the staircase was wood and it was still intact, but most of the other house was gone. And it looked like a loft staircase. It wasn't very high. It was just weird how it just kind of was still there and everything else was gone. I mean, everything was gone. And except for, it must have, the only thing I can explain is where the fireplace must have used to sit because there was nothing growing in this like square area at all. I mean, nothing. And we kind of hung around for a while and kind of hung out there till night. And it got kind of creepy. So the guys wanted to leave, so we left. But about a month later, we went to go back to find it and couldn't find it. It was so weird. We spent 2 days looking for it. And it wasn't that big of an area, but we never did find it. So we don't know. We don't know what happened. But then the second time we were up north at a campground and we were wandering around these woods. And this staircase, it was metal with concrete. Now, it didn't have no carpet on it, but it kind of went up and went around. And there was a tree, went around this tree. It was kind of like it was done like that on purpose. We thought we could find a property, a house line, but I don't think we really did. We found some blocks, but the staircase was weird too, because one of my friends started going up and I was following him, and we got up to about where the tree was at, and we both kind of looked at each other and go, this just doesn't feel right. And he goes, I want to see if it goes up into the tree. And I said, well, if you want to go, but I don't feel right. So we both came down. He didn't go up since I wouldn't go up, but it was really creepy. Now, I've heard other people have found that staircase, but I don't know if I could find it now. Oh, it's been so long because we never went back. But that was that one was creepier than the first one, but it was weird. The first one we couldn't find when we went back. I mean, we couldn't find it anywhere. Hey, Vixen Doe, how you doing, hon? Having a good night? Having a good weekend? I think you should have having a busy weekend. Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. I'm babbling. But yeah, those were pretty good. But these staircases, what do you guys think about these staircases? They're pretty weird because I still hear a story once in a while. But those are the two I know. And the stories I've heard are pretty much the same. The second staircase was like it was untouched. There was no leaves on it. The one that went around the tree, there were no leaves on it. It actually looked like it was swept and cleaned. It was really weird. Now, the first one just was like it was going up to a loft. It wasn't very high, wasn't very big or wide. It looked like it was, like it was a cabin or something there at one time. But going back and not being able to find it was weird because even for a wood staircase, it should have rotted by now. Wait, so weird. But the other ones is with the carpets and stuff. Now those are weird. This one that I read where actually they said it looked like a brick staircase that went up straight into nothing, out in the middle of nowhere. Like somebody just kind of pulled it up, took off the wheels, planted it, but it was all concrete. And its stairs going up were painted white. Oh, 45-minute walk. Oh, through the Festival of Light. Oh, dude, that was tonight? I bet you're tired. That 45-minute walk's not too bad. I can do that. Easy. May have to use the cane a little bit. And that's usually after an hour. And I only use the cane just to make sure I don't get wiggly in case a tremor happens. But yeah, these staircase stories, I think it's something. There's another thing that needs to be kind of really checked into. But it gets told. You hear the story for a while and it comes out and then it kind of fades away. Then you'll hear about it again later on. Not that I'd stir it back up and see if anybody would say anything. There's a couple of videos I'm going to do that with. I can just buzz through. Nah, it's not that easy, Mark. It didn't feel like 45 minutes at all. Did it feel faster or slower? When you're having fun, it always seems to go fast. It's like, wow, this was 45 minutes. It didn't feel like 45 minutes. Or you just took your time and then you realized that 45 minutes was really like an hour. Or it felt like an hour or 2 hours. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just waiting to see if anybody says anything. Because I want to hear if anybody else has anybody, even if you're listening, has heard of the stories of these staircases, either through here in YouTube somewhere or somebody in a family. Yeah, that's good. You were able to take your time. I like it when you can take your time and you're having a good time, and it's like, oh man, that was 45 was long enough. Yeah, I hate that. The zoo lights. There's a lot. Our zoo's gotten so much bigger, our Columbus Zoo. And their lights are always really good. And it's actually takes a couple hours to go through it. And you go through it and you feel like, man, it just went too fast. But you can also dilly around and they do have things to do and stuff. But it doesn't, the kids come home, I want more. Those are good old days. Josie as the dragon. I don't know about a dragon. I like to think I am. We never know. But there's these stairways. Now, the alien connection to the stairways kind of makes sense too. Them leading to a portal, possibly. The thing is, every time I've heard a story, it's like they do go back, it's gone. The staircase is always pristine. Now, ours went not exactly like that, except the second one was clean. The first one we went back and couldn't find. Now, like I said, I didn't go back to the second one. I don't know if I could find it again. It was at some random campsite when we were out running around. See, a lot of the good stuff happens just when you least expect it. So, but I know that people have talked about it and have found it, so it's still there apparently. I'll have to go back up. If it's still there, somebody will be able to tell me where it's at. See if I can get John to go with me one day. Come up and go. So what is everybody else doing the rest of this weekend? Does anybody have anything good planned for Sunday night? I don't think we're going to do much at all. Like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of work, and then I'm going to make it my lazy day since I cooked all day. I mean, I literally cooked all day. Never cooked. But it was fun to cook. I should have done some baking while I was at it. But I'm going to do that here pretty soon. I'm going to see if I can make some good cookies for us for Christmas. Make him some sugar-free stuff so he can enjoy. So Pop can enjoy a little better. Sometimes we let him eat a little too much of sweets. Well, he kind of sneaks it. So now we have to the point we have to kind of hide it. And sure has been good, so that's a good thing. But it's gotten kind of quiet. So if somebody say something, give me an idea. We talked about stairways and the staircases in the woods, and I was kind of, if I'm going to actually, I guess I should have been a little bit prepared. I was hoping to chat with you. But you guys, what this is all about, you guys. We do the video, and then I babble a little bit. It's all your show. I like to have you guys rambling with me. But yeah, she was pretty sick. I felt bad for her, man. She voice texted me like mid-afternoon because I've been go. And I've listened to her. She is like, oh, dude, so awful. Next time you'll know to clean your son's nose spray before you use it. Bless her heart. But she did. She sounded so bad. I hope she's resting. She needed it. Dad, he sounded better. Actually, he started perking up probably Thursday night. I'm starting to feel human again. I'll tell you, Wednesday night, I did that stream, and I paced for a little bit, went on a sneezing spree for like 20 minutes, and it wore me out. Finally got to sleep. And that was probably 4:30. And I woke up at 10. So I got a good sleep. My bed was out in the middle of the floor, but it was a good sleep. My head got to rest. I've seen staircases in the woods, but it has been leftovers from log. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Now, those two, I'm pretty sure. The first one, I'm pretty sure it was from an old log cabin. Really, they had a loft. But it just amazed me how the stairs were just still decent. I mean, you could walk on. No, we would. How come the rest of the place is gone and no stay? And then the other one, it was just weird. It was metal and concrete steps. It was real nice. So whatever was there was apparently a nice place at one time. But you couldn't tell it was there at all. It was really weird. And the place did put off a really weird vibe. And the way it wrapped around the tree. And I mean, the end of it, look, from what you tell, if you follow the stair around and look up at it, the staircase actually, the branches actually cover where it stops. So that made it even creepier. Good night, Paranormal Pixie. Get some rest. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Yeah, I don't mind. Hey, I'm just a chill show, anyways. Just come in, hang out till you get tired, and go to bed. That's what it's all about. Just love hanging out with you guys. Next week I'll pick another good beat. See, I like that staircase one because there's still a lot. There's stories out there that haven't come out. I know there's still stories out there that haven't come out about those. Like I said, it comes up. Like I tried to bring it up tonight, and I'm hoping somebody else will see this video and bring some up. Because if somebody stirs this conversation up about the staircases, usually you start hearing stories again. People start talking again. And I know there's stories out there that we haven't heard. That second one kind of freaked me out, but we couldn't find it. I mean, we could not find it. And the second one, I should go and see if it's still there. The last, about 2 years ago, I had asked somebody who had been back up that way, and they said it was still there. So it still looked like nothing changed, which makes it even weirder. Like nothing's changed. He said, like nothing's changed. But I think it's a good story too. What's that staircase? Why is there no property line around it or anything? Now I've seen staircases in caves, and you're like, how come this is the only thing that looks? And these are caves that are barely used. So you kind of wonder who took time to make stairs here. I mean, this is obviously not a tourist attraction. This is obviously wasn't used for mining. Who was doing what in here? We found one of those down around Old Man's Cave, and I know that cave was hardly explored. we got kind of nervous because it went pretty deep. So we all kind of backed up. We were not prepared. I wouldn't be afraid to go down, but we just weren't prepared to go follow something that could get lost in. And I'm sure it's been explored. So, but I just thought it was weird. The only thing in this whole cave, there was a staircase on this one side, kind of led up to this like little cavern. You can go up there. We got up there. We went up the stairs, and it was like a little cubby hole. It was really weird. Like somebody was actually living there at one time or something like that. I mean, there was nothing there. It was just a cubby hole. It was just weird. But that was down in the cave, down in Old Man's Caves. Oh, I could probably find that place again. But that's been years ago, too. Now I could go spelunking, but I'm just not shaped for it like I used to. And ever since you watched that one video, that guy getting stuck in that crevice, oh, that was hard to watch. But there are some big caves around here, especially along, like down in Tennessee and Kentucky, and some north. We have the Indian caverns up here. They're actually letting us do. They're actually letting you do stone and gem mining, or not? I guess you call them gem, or your crystals. And I guess people are finding some pretty good stuff, which would be fun. I knew they had a gem mine there, but it wasn't open to the public, and it was really small, and they were kind of touchy about it. But I guess they're letting people work it now. But they redid the caverns, cleaned them up. I mean, it's always been open, but they even came out and redid the signs and everything. I was impressed. So I want to go back there since they redid everything. I used to be one of my favorite places to hang out was the Indian caverns here up in Delaware. That's one of the reasons why we have an Antrim Park, because they were using stone and stuff from the side of the road to build the highway. And they dug a little too deep and hit an Indian cavern. And I'm pretty sure what they hit because it flooded fast. Real fast. I believe there's a dump truck down there and a big bulldozer. And a pair of my glasses, because I went out there swimming one day. It was floating on a log. My glasses fell off. So either my glasses are in at the bottom of that thing, or there's a fish in that water somewhere wearing my glasses when I was a kid. And then I had to come home and tell Mom that I lost my glasses. Yeah, we went to I was talking to a buddy, this young kid. He's probably a little younger. I say a young kid, but he's probably in his 30s, 40s, probably his late 30s. And apparently he grew up in the neighborhood over in Riverley. I don't remember him, but I'm pretty sure he said he went to St. Michael's. And Mr. Limpet, yeah. And that's what makes me think of that every time I think of my glasses and fish is wearing my glasses down in that little, it's just a big pond. It's just a big round circle. But no, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, it flooded real fast. So, but that fish, there's probably a fish in there or a turtle. There's a lot of turtles in it now. So maybe there's an old snapper turtle down there somewhere wearing my glasses. Miss being able to artifact and fossil hunt. Oh, I bet you are, Chris. That's there's, like I said, there are some places here just around me. This one kid that he's probably about Giles' age, my son's age. He lives down here, and on his days off, he'll either go down to the river and fish, or you'll see him carrying his metal detector and all of his shoveling gear. He says he's found some really cool stuff down there. He said he'd show me one day once he gets it all cleaned up. But he said he had a whole box of stuff he was finding. He found an old gun, like what's left of an old gun. See, that river used to be like a transport highway for Worthington and Columbus, and then meet up down in the old Tandy the old Tangy meets up with the Scioto River. Good old Don Knotts. Yeah. You know, he was quite a player. He had a ton of kids, I guess, or something. The Don Knotts, and what was the other? That you wouldn't think they had a bunch of kids. He had a ton of kids. Mammoth Ivory and Teeth, Mammal Bones. Man, you probably find them here in Ohio. They're here somewhere. They got to be. Or you can go to Russia and go hang out in the Siberia and hang out in the permafrost. They're finding all kinds of crap. Shame, because they're destroying that land, going after all that the mammoth ivory. It's a shame. They are tearing up the land doing that. But they're making a ton of money too. That stuff's like gold. Going to sleep. Sleep. Good night, Smoochy. Rest well. Have a good Sunday. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll stay up tonight. Seems like one of those holiday weekends. I figured I wasn't going to push tonight. Everybody's settling in for, all their traveling and running around. Well, hello there, Mr. Roger Blair. I'm like, hey, it's all right. You don't have to worry about falling asleep. This stream is just basically, I play a Gemma's video. I tried to get the conversation going on that one, but we watch a replay and then we just kind of sit back and relax. Some nights it goes for an hour. Sometimes it goes 2 hours, been 3 hours. Tonight will probably be a short night. That's all right. I figure it's a holiday weekend. I want everybody to enjoy their Sunday. For those who have to go back to work Monday, if they don't have to work tomorrow, because fortunately I know some people have to work tomorrow too. So try to make the best of it. Yeah, sweet dreams, Moosey. Don't dream about that natty too hard. I'm so full. I think that's a lot of my problem too, is we ate good today. I kind of went overboard today, but we enjoyed it. I was going to make a chocolate pie dessert, and God dad goes, I'm glad you didn't make that pie. We probably ate that too. It was like, yeah, you're probably right. We did good today. And my sausage gravy turned out really good. I was really impressed with myself on that one. You have a good too, Mark. Like I said, we're just going to hang out. I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer. What do we got here? 11. I'll probably take it to about 11:30. So have a wonderful night. Please rest well and have a wonderful day tomorrow. I'm glad you got to get out and move around. Good for you, sir. And we'll see you probably Monday, hopefully, for her premiere. And then Tuesday for talk at 1. And then I will do my 10 to midnight and try to have a little bit more fun that night. I'm ready to rock. Things are getting done, so I want to make that night a good night. And then not sure if I should ask Pixie why she was here, if she was going to stream Thursday night. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure we'll know by Monday or Tuesday. And then I believe, I'm not sure if Gemma's going to do her Oracle Friday or Saturday night. Now, I know she hasn't been to her mom's for a while. She's been sick, so depending on how she feels this week will depend on that. Yeah, have a good night. I know there's other people streaming, so go enjoy yourselves. Chris, you have a wonderful day tomorrow. And I will get in contact with you. Give me a yell, too. Give me a text anytime, bud. You still have my number, right? Yes. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm just saying goodnight to a couple people. How you doing, Sneaky? Okay, yeah, just give me a yell. Give me a yell. Would you, Chris? Keep in touch with me. I do appreciate it when you do. I need to find out how to get a hold of Roberts, too. I'm going to have to throw a chair at him and see if I can get his attention. So how you doing tonight, Eris? Everybody's just kind of coming and going. I'm sure SR is streaming. I'm sure who else is. They're a little more topic oriented. Go have fun. Life being good to you, Eris. I know everybody else just seems to be having a good weekend. Vixen just came back for the Festival of Lights. I'm going to have to go this year to the zoo. Maybe I'll take Dad. Maybe I'll put him in a wheelchair. Let him be lazy and just sit back and relax and enjoy the lights. He'd probably get a kick out of it. I went checking on my daughter too because she's the last picture she sent me. It looked like she had about 3 inches of snow already. So I'm like, send it this way. We're supposed to get flurries. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, and then it's supposed to overnight change to snow, but we probably won't get much. We're supposed to stay in like the high 30s, low 40s. We'll have to wait and see. I know it's supposed to stay chilly down there in Cincy. You're supposed to be actually warmer than us, I think. And Eris, Fix. Yes, enjoy your Chris. And you give me a yell, Chris. I can't wait. I am getting my tickets this week for, well, I got them already, but they're going to be mailed to me. For King Kong, I'm at for Godzilla -1. I'm so excited. I can't stand it. I have to read subtitles, which is fine with me. Because I guess the one that we're leaving is not dubbed here. So, but I'm just happy that we're not going to have to wait 2 years to get the new Godzilla. So that makes me happy. Parts of Maine got 11 inches. Oh, I know. You guys got slammed. And aren't you supposed to get more? You guys are supposed to get more snow. And then there's a chance, what, in about a week, another northeastern? So you guys might get slammed again. They would not surprise me. You guys are being, see, you guys have been unfortunate because it's just like coming right across the lakes. I know some of northern Michigan's getting it. Canada got pounded pretty good, a couple places. It's been 40 here and clear right now. Yeah, I'd say it's about the same here. No, we're down to 30 already. Wow. So we're 30 degrees now. It was a little warmer earlier, so the temperatures just started to drop. Clouds started moving in just before dusk. And like I said, we're supposed to have spotty showers tomorrow. Now, where you at, Roger? But I know Maine's supposed to be ret. See, everything is going to be for the next couple of days passing through us, and I guess the East Coast and most of the Northeast will be kind of wet or snowy. My daughter lives, Ashley, the one that's getting the snow. She's in Kansas. She's in the northwest part. She says she's like 8 miles, 8 hours from Boulder or something like that. It's not that far. So she says they've been getting snow since, I think she said it started either right before dusk or right after dusk. And she says it's been coming down real steady ever since. So I haven't seen her email. She was posting me a picture every so often because she knows I love snow. Today it got up to 31, bundled up. Ooh, but seeing those kind of lights, seeing the festival lights like that, seeing lights in this kind of weather makes it almost a must. It's nice now that we got young people in the neighborhood again here. They're putting their decorations up. And it's nice to see people competing against each other and see the neighborhood all lit up again. Because those days were gone for a while. Now it's starting to brighten back up again. And it's nice to see people decorating. Kind of wonder sometimes what's going on. I'm waiting for somebody to do a Griswold. I told Dad maybe I should just literally cover the house in lights here 1 year. It's like, no, don't do that. It's a pain in the ass. Pardon my mouth. So all here decorates their house. If you decorate for Christmas. If you sell. Now I'm going to break it out tonight. It's like I said, I'm glad we really didn't decorate last year, and then the fire happened. I was we didn't lose much of the Christmas decorations, so, and I was able to. I made sure I got all my Santa Clauses back. So I think I'm going to pull everything up. I'm going to actually put up a tree. Go get a real tree and put it up. I think Dad needs it. We all need it. After last year. Go get me a Charlie Brown tree and put it up. Dad cracks up because there's certain flowers that you can let die. You usually let die in the fall. But what I do is I have them in baskets. So I bring them in and I keep them alive all winter long, and then I take them back out. Dad's like amazed that I've been able to do that. Yeah, I'm thinking we're supposed to stay fairly decent all week. Spotty showers, rain here and there. We're supposed to be drier than normal for the next. I think they said 2 weeks. I mean, we'll still get some weather, but we really don't get our good snowfalls. And we'll get like a couple surprise ones, maybe a little one in October, maybe a big one once in a while, and either around Thanksgiving or about mid-December. But we don't really get our snowfall until after Christmas, if we're lucky. I was so happy because we've actually had a couple white Christmases, so that makes me even happier. That to me is Christmas, is when there's a white Christmas, especially here in Ohio. I mean, people crack up. I still break out my sled. I still have my sled when I was a kid. My Red Ryder sled. I don't put up light for the holidays, so critters around my place go unseen. Yeah. That's funny. I like that. I don't put lights up because I don't want them to see anything. I kind of hoping to put them up and maybe scare a little deer away. I got up this morning. I love them to death, but they've gotten too smart now, and they stand up on their back legs and hit the bird feeders with their heads. And they've already broken one. I'm like, oh, come on, guys, don't make me hang them up even higher. I mean, I give you guys food. I leave stuff out. No, I try to leave stuff out in the front. That way they don't go in the backyard. Because they literally come through this neighborhood and eat everything. It's amazing. I mean, I can't. They're just trying to survive. But it kind of bums after you work your garden and then you get up one morning and it's all trampled down. And one guy was trying to have an actual garden and they literally wolfed it down. It's like, holy crap. But last night I got up and I look out the window. I'm seeing one of the deer feeders. The wind's wasn't blowing at the time, but this only one of the bird feeders was just swinging in the wind. And I go, that thing's really booking. And I go, that's not wind. I said swinging. But I look out the window, I get up there and look out the back window, and there's this deer just doe looking at me. And I'm light in the face, and I'm like, holy crap. And then I realized there's like 6 more standing behind it. I'm like, one of the bird feeders is laying on the ground or eating out of it. And like, come on, guys. I don't mind you hanging out, but don't make us a mess. But yeah, I think I should just put up a few lights into one of the front window or something. I'm not going to go to town, but I'm going to do it up a little bit this year. Since last year was so crazy right after Christmas. Your mom has a grapevine tree? Oh, that's cool. That probably look cool. Cool. Yeah, the house a friend of mine used to grow up in. They're done gone now. The new people that live in the house. He actually put one of those big inflatable Santa Claus with the reindeers on his roof. Did his whole tree up, and I'm like, all right. And then somebody else started doing it. I was like, okay, now we're talking. For the longest time, This neighborhood was literally just older people, with a few people that had kids that were, in college. So it was like time to refresh the neighborhood, and it did. It happened naturally. Now there's kids all over the place again. It's good to see. I actually drove down the cemetery to go check on Mom's grave because I didn't feel like walk. Well, I was actually coming back from the store, and I figured I better go check on Mom's grave. And the creek is only a couple steps away from the creek. Just right around, let's just say over the ledge. And I was surprised there were kids actually down there in this weather, down there playing around the creek and having a good time. That was good to see. That was our big hangout spot. I mean, parents were there with them, but it was nice to see. It was usually us by ourselves throwing stones at each other. But yeah, that's good. So it's nice to see neighbors decorating. I won't have to take that too far now. Now, see over here on the Scioto, because there's an area down there that's on one side where a lot of well-to-do folks. On one side of the river, you can stand on one side, and on the other side, all the people with the houses along the river decorate big time, and it's always real pretty to see. And then on the side you can stand on and see their houses. There's like a park that runs along the river there with fishing access and stuff. But there's one real long wooded area that has like a little park area in it. They do it up with lights, and it's kind of nice. You pay like $1. It all goes to charity. I was going to put in a leopard. Made 2 holly trees for the entrance. Deer destroyed them. And they do. They eat everything. And I love them to death. They're beautiful animals. But they do. They come through this neighborhood and they literally eat everything. Actually, it's pretty funny. I noticed after the last 2 years, this year, people who had pumpkins left and stuff, they literally cut them up and they literally just put them in the middle of the yard so the deer could come along and eat them. That was the best way to do it. You didn't have to worry about throwing them in trash. And the deers got fed, and they left pretty much everything alone that week. But they do. I mean, so now I'm trying to learn which flowers the deer will eat and which ones they won't. Yeah, we do it every year. I had suggested it last year just as a joke. And because last year, and you couldn't even carve your pumpkin and put it out a day early because it would literally be gone. The deer would just take it. So I told him, I jokingly said last night because when they do trick or treat, they all hang out in our neighbor's back side in our neighbor's driveway next door, and they all have a bonfire like this year. And so I was shocked because I heard him say, "Well, actually, Caroline said they were going to do it. They thought my idea was a good idea. So even the people that didn't carve pumpkins, that were getting ready, just to use as decoration, everybody cut their pumpkins up and had thrown them out in the yards for the deer to eat. That seemed to be a good idea. It worked. Can be a sign of bad weather when they eat everything. Yeah, I know, because they're loading up, filling up. I noticed the birds are hitting our feeders really hard this year when we can keep them up, when the deer don't knock them down. Because the deer are even knocking their feeders down. Now, we've had problems before, but this has been the worst year. I noticed the squirrels' nests in the area are really big and thick, too. You can always tell how big a squirrel nest and how thick it is how the winter is going to be. Plus, you start seeing the coons literally searching everything. We don't have too bad of a coon problem, believe it or not, with the woods. I'm sure they're there. I mean, the neighbors had them real bad on the other side of us. They had them real bad. And we actually had to call and say, "Hey, man, you got to catch these guys away from here." But now the skunks are pretty plentiful here because Puff got nailed, like I said, a while back ago. And that was real fine. Thank goodness he didn't get nailed directly. But he got enough on him that it sunk him up for a little bit, no matter what we did with him. Yeah, I love wildlife. And I don't want to do anything. It's like I told the one neighbor, I said, I don't want to shoo them away because they're such a beautiful touch to the neighborhood. I mean, but there are so many of them that they may have to either trank some and move them somewhere else. See, one year the population got so bad, they actually they hired guys to hunt them. And they would hunt them. You'd hear them for like 3 days. And they did real good. And all the meat that they got out of it went straight to the soup kitchens and homeless shelters for them to eat. I had no problem with that. I'm sure there was a lot of good food there. Good meat, venison and stuff. They ate good. The population is healthy. And it's real bad this year. I mean, I freaked out when I saw so many deer in my backyard. Usually maybe there's like 1 or 2, maybe 3 tops. And then we have this one that comes back every year because the neighbor doesn't take care of the yard on the other side of us, that they've used it as a nursery. And every year there's been a baby born back there. So it's like, holy crap, come on. But they're probably safe back there. I mean, you can't really, we're too close to the city to do any hunting. So the only way you can get any of that population down, is either trank them and literally move them or do that. And either way I'm good with, because I know the venison would be used. That's what happens when idiots mess with the wolf population. Yeah, it does. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. There's a reason the way things were and are. But I'll tell you, dude, it's amazing. My son, when we first moved in here, he was working at a pizza shop until he got his new job up the street here. And he was riding his bike back and forth. And one night, he come running us down here. He was huffing and puffing. Go, dude, what's up? He goes, go look out in the front yard. And there's a big old buck standing at the end of our driveway. He said, that sucker literally chased me from High Street, which is clear up here. He said, there's a hill that kind of comes down before you come get to St. Michael's. Anyways, he said that he hit this wooded area that's right there by St. Michael's church. And he said they were all standing in the street. So he kind of casually cruised through them real carefully. He said, next thing you know, this buck was running up on him and followed him all the way home. He says, bike's laying by the car. He just threw his bike down and ran in the door. Could have been a mama. Oh, a buck. Yeah, it was a big old buck, too. Yeah, now he was like the king buck for this area. He chased him all the way. I mean, he was sweating. I thought I was going to die. I don't know how he didn't catch me. There was a couple times he was right up beside me. And I was waiting for those things to come slinging up at me. And he was huffing. So he didn't ride his bike anymore to work. He went back to drive his car. I felt bad for him because he was feeling, he was enjoying the ride. But I've seen it happen before. One night I left here to go pick up a friend. He had been drinking a little too much. I do that. They call me and say, hey, we've been out. Can you come get us? I went to leave and got up on the top of the street. There must have been like 40 of them standing in the middle of the street, and they would not let me pass. I was like, oh, come on, guys. So I just kind of drove through them real carefully. They just kind of moved out of my way as I cruised through them, but I was comfortable. But they have to do something. I mean, they're even to the point now that you can see them in the day. Usually they don't come up toward evening or in the morning, but during the day now you're seeing them, which is really unusual. especially out in the open here. Now, I've never seen, I'd say all the years that I've lived here, I might have seen a fox maybe 3 times. And maybe only a possum once in a blue moon. Usually the big thing here are coons. Every so often you see a rat. You got a cemetery down there. I hate to say it, but wherever the cemetery, there's usually a small rats population. But we also have some kind of, we call it the bottoms over here behind me where I used to live. And I had my demon account. They're not, some of those places are kind of rough. So, but that's usually it. And then the deer. I will say this, we have a pretty good population of red-tailed hawks and falcons like Kesslers. And then we have a couple of falcons that hang out to come back here. They're always here. I mean, it's a generation. And they're cool birds to watch anyways. And then we have a Kessler family. That always here. But the red-tailed hawks, they're huge. And then it's always so funny because we have this really interesting murder of crows in the neighborhood. They hang out in these big, huge pine trees. And they've gotten to know me now that every morning I go out there and I just leave bread for them in the front yard. Now, as soon as I open that front door, they start calling. Oh, call. I'll go out there and throw some bread for them. And I'll stand on the porch and they'll come in. They'll talk to me. I'll tell them they have a good day and they come back inside. So they know me. All right, folks. This is getting kind of quiet and I'm getting kind of tired. Maybe call it a night tonight since it's 1:31. And I think it's a holiday weekend. I think everybody should go and relax and go to your favorite streamer or go relax for the evening and enjoy the night and then head off into Wonderland. For those who are like me, they'll probably be up for a couple more hours. I put out steel cut oatmeal for the pinches. Oh, they love that stuff. Yeah, they do, Eris. They love that stuff. Now, see, I bum out because we lose the hummingbirds, because they're migrant. We have these little things I love. These junk quills. They're like a little black and gray, fluffy little bird. They're so cute. And they've come in and we've gotten bluebirds back now, which was nice, which made my dad so happy because we used to get them and they kind of disappeared for a while. But now they're back. And then I always plant seed flowers for the finches. Because it always amazes me how they just, that little tiny stem and they bounce on that sucker where they pluck those things clean. It's always amazing to watch. I guess I am kind of a bird guy. And then we have a couple old screech owls and some barn owls that hang out down in the cemetery. Down around the barn areas, down around the cemetery, there's a big old man. I don't know if it's the same one, but there's a big old owl down there. And it's so nice to see him come up through the neighborhood. He makes his run probably about just as the sun's going down. It's getting dark. He'll come up the street. And then probably about a half hour later, he comes back. You can almost time him. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I hate to cut it short, but like I said, it's a holiday weekend. I think everybody should just rest, enjoy their time. I know there's other people. I believe there are other people streaming, if I remember right from my list. I'm going to go piddle around and run door. Oh, I was actually getting ready to leave. But yeah, I can stick around a little bit. I hate internet. T-Mobile sucks. Yeah, it does. That's Gemma. I think that's either she's using T-Mobile or Verizon internet, and then actually it's gotten better. I need to get her booster going for her, and that would help too. If you can get a booster, That might help. The boost the Wi-Fi. She got one. I just got to show her how to hook it up and make sure it's working right. I got one I need to use, but ours has been really good, and I think we're going to get ready to upgrade anyways our Wi-Fi. So I know a modem and a Wi-Fi router needs to be updated. It's probably way past due. But I get pretty internet service. I mean, the only time I seem to have a problem is when there's electrical problems. Every so often we have a little glitch here and there. But a lot of my problem is just electricity. You live in a suburb and you still have electrical. But I tell you, you have electrical out here, it goes out. It ain't for like a couple hours. Sometimes it's not like for an hour, just a split second. It's usually out an hour or two, sometimes 3. So what do you have planned for tomorrow, Cindy? Are you still cleaning up the house from all your people eating? You probably still got tons of food left. Like I said, we ate today. It was so good. I enjoyed today. I lived in that kitchen today, and I kind of had a blast. Well, I worked in the kitchen. I cooked all day, and then I cleaned too. So it wasn't too bad. It was nice to see everybody just chilling. Giles went to a buddy's house and watched the Ohio State-Michigan game. I'm glad it was there and not here because traffic down there. On game day here in Ohio, around the stadium is a nightmare. But people who live in colleges know that. College towns know that. Man, it's a nightmare. Especially since the stadium is like off one of the main highways that goes through town. And welcome back, Cindy. Yeah, I'll take it to 2. I don't want her coming back and say, oh, she loved me. I'll just watch it anyways. No. I'll be here. I'll hang out to about 2 o'clock. I feel bad you left. No, Interset sucks. I guess you'll just watch it anyway. I'm just gonna piddle around. I still dress, which is unusual. Usually by now I'm least in comfortable clothes. I've been piddling around. It was nice, but I'm full. I figured maybe tonight would be a good night to try to do a couple of things. Like I said, I can never go right to sleep after this, even on short nights. I usually am pacing, and my body has a couple of little its issues for a couple times. But Wednesday night, I did sleep pretty good, even though it was 4:30 when I went to bed. Around that, and I woke up. It was about 10, which was nice. But it sucks because you wake up and then my bed's still trashed and out in the middle of the floor. But I felt like I slept. And last night, I didn't sleep too bad. I kind of bummed out because I was kind of hoping Sonny was going to stream. And I think he was looking for a real guest. I don't consider a guest, but that's fine. So I paced around all night. I don't know what time it was. It was almost sunup when I went to bed. And must not have slept long because I remember getting up and making coffee. So I might have slept maybe an hour. And then I got to cooking. I told Dad, because what are we having for dinner tomorrow? And I go, all that leftovers I made today. Wasn't much leftovers, but I think I'm going to make a big pot of turkey and noodles. So what's everybody's favorite recipe after you have all that turkey left? My grandma used to make a turkey casserole. It wasn't bad. It was worthy of a good chow. Now, what do you do with all the food you make, Cindy? Do you ship it off to the Navy or to the services? You could probably feed all them too. I don't know. The pictures, Gemma showed a picture of the food they had at her Thanksgiving. Wow, there was a lot of food there. That takes me back to the good old days, like with you, Cindy, how that food sprawled out everywhere. Basically eat all day. That's what I tried to do today. I didn't make that much food because there's only 3 of us. Homemade cranberry sauce. Actually, that sounds good. I was going to make homemade ice cream today, but I was just too tired. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Break out the ice cream maker. We have electric ones, so you don't have to stand there and crank it. Though I miss cranking it. That was the only way we were allowed to have ice cream. You had to at least crank it for 5 minutes to 10 minutes before you got a bowl of ice cream. Once it was done. If you didn't crank, you were the last one to get ice cream if there was any left. Homemade cream. Man. Well, depending on what Cindy talked about making first, because she literally cooked, 2 or 3 days. It looked like where Gemma went, they cooked for a while. There was a lot of food there. See, that would last me. With these 3 guys, I have a son that doesn't eat leftovers. That kid will not touch leftovers. Oh, I got a half meal here. I'll put it in the later. 3 days later, I got to throw it away because he didn't eat it. And he didn't tell somebody else to eat it. And my dad's usually pretty good about, if that's good in there, eat it. He'll eat it. But he doesn't eat like he used to, so. But we did. I was so happy to see us all eating like we did today. Giles came in the door just as I was putting dinner on the table. He timed that just right. He was like, holy crap, Dad. And I said, let's chow. Me and Grandpa been eating all day. He goes, yeah, I could tell. So I made sausage biscuits for dinner. Then I made broccoli and cheese soup for dinner, for lunch, which was easier to make than I thought it was going to be. And then I was cooking dinner the whole time. I made a small little pie for him. I made a small one. I have these little pie pans, these little pie pans. So I attempted to make my first apple pie today. It must have been good because he chowed. I kind of made it sugar-free kind of, so it wouldn't kill him. And it wasn't very big. Maybe a little bigger than, have you ever seen a Marine Calendar's Popeye dinner? They're pretty good sized. They're probably a little bigger than that. And it looked good. I was actually impressed that it turned out. So it's what everybody's favorite dessert here, other than ice cream. I'm a cake guy. I like cake. I also like pies. My daughter makes a pretty good mean peanut butter pie. My mom made a great chocolate. She made this thing, what she called a chocolate eclair cake. The kids loved it. Ashley made one this year for Thanksgiving in Kansas. And she sent a picture of it. It looked pretty good. Pumpkin pie. I can't, for some reason, I just can't do pumpkin pie. Just, I don't know what it is. Now, it's weird because I actually like, I've had rhubarb pie before, and that wasn't bad. And sweet potato pie. But pumpkin pie just didn't work for me. But I know, and most of the people, I don't think my dad eats a whole lot of pumpkin pie. Yeah, your blackberry dumplings. How many do you have left of those? And would you like to send them to me so I can give one to my dad? I told him about those. I go, this lady makes blackberry dumplings. And he was like, what? Where's this woman at? I got to meet the... Those do sound so good. Blackberry dumplings. I mean, that makes my mouth water just say it. I told him before, after dinner, I said, I'm going to get up and make waffles in the morning. He goes, no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm full. I'm not going to eat for a day. I hope nitpick all no leftovers all day tomorrow. There's none left. You guys ate them all. Well, thanks. Man. That's funny. At least they were good, right? And I always say that's the best compliment you could pay somebody is when you leave no leftovers. When there's no leftovers, I mean, they enjoyed themselves. And you made the right amount. My belly is full. I'm trying to gasp, trying not to burp in this mic. No, we did. We chow. I didn't make any dessert. He didn't want me to make no dessert except for his little apple pie. He was happy with that. Giles didn't want anything. I was even going to go get an ice cream cake. I figured, no, we're good. We've been eating all day. Don't worry about it. Because I guess he ate during the football game too. So I made everyone take food home. There you go. That's what you do. Oh, we'd leave my grandma's house and everybody had like oil pans, the whole works. Love blackberries, but my sister can't eat them because of the seeds. I do have an oatmeal. That I blackberries. Yeah, I've seen that. Dad likes the oatmeal where he puts blueberries and blackberries in it. He loves that. I had a neighbor that couldn't eat anything with seeds in it at all. That poor lady. I felt bad for her, but her husband said, yeah, every time she eats anything with seeds in it, it's not good. It's really not good. Yeah, that's what you do, though. When you make that kind of food, you make everybody take food home. It's like Gemma was saying, I didn't know she had tickets for 2 free hams, man. That's the way to go. So they took one over for them to cook, and then they kept one. So she should have plenty of food to wow. That's what I like to see. When you see people leave a house, like I said, there's 2 things you can do. When you don't have no leftovers, that means that they really enjoyed the food and you only had dishes, which I prefer. I always try to make enough with theirs. Because like I said, I have a son here that don't eat leftovers. Now I'm making the turkey and noodles. He'll live off of those for a while. And if I make I call it green bean stew, where I stew a bunch of green beans and put red potatoes and bacon in it, and maybe a little bit of ham. I make a big pan of that, and he'll live off of that too. But those are probably about the only 2 leftovers I ever really see. Oh, and beef and noodles. Those are the 3 things that he'll eat leftovers of. Anything else, he never eats. My dad's been real good about eating leftovers, but now he's getting to the age where his appetite's finally slowing down. He wants to nitpick more than he does when they want to sit down and eat a big full meal. But man, he chowed today. Did you see Dolly Parton doing the halftime dressed as a cowboy cheerleader? No, I did not see that. What halftime was? When was this? Was this for the OSU game? What? Or during the football game? No, I did not see that. I'll have to go look. I'm sure I'll be able to find it if it's something not. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find it. Huh. Dallas, a cowboy cheerleader. See another one, but I don't even know if does she still have Dollywood? Is it still open? Is Dollywood still open? I'm not sure if it's still open. They used to advertise it big time here. But she's still kicking it, man. I can't yell at her. But no, I did not see that. Now I'm going to have to go look for it. I'll probably do that later. My dad was a fan of hers, but he was more, what's her name? Patsy Cline guy. He loved Patsy Cline. I went in there earlier after dinner. He was in there watching an old Johnny Cash and family broadcast from Johnny Cash and all of his family. It's taking him back. Yeah, 77 years old, and she still does. She does. You wonder what kind of deal she made. She does still look good, but she's also had work done. A lot of them have. But she did say her breast reduction did help. Because you can imagine I know it was one of her biggest complaints was her back was so screwed up there for a while. But does anybody know if Dollywood is still open? Is it still open? I wouldn't mind. I would like to. I'll have to go look on that too. Yeah, we went to talking about food to talk about Dolly Parton. We still got 10 people watching. Thank you, 10 people. Appreciate it. Hopefully we can get back to good subjects. I'm not knocking this, but hopefully things will watch once the holiday's over. While we get ready for Christmas, we'll have a lot more fun. I actually am ready for next Wednesday. I kind of like the 10 to midnights because if we go over midnight, it's cool. Gives me an early start. And I love doing Gemma's replays. I'd like to see it pull in more views and help her views go up. But she did get her 3,000, so I'm happy for her. So. And here I say so, and how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. And to Gemma, I always say, okay. Oh, it is still open? Thank you. You must have gone and looked. I don't know. I was going to go look, but so I have a hard enough time just trying to make sure everything's functioning because there's a lot more going on in front of me than you guys realize. It reopens March 11th. It's close for the season, right? Yeah. Yeah, everybody's saying it's still open. Yes, that's good. I wasn't sure if it was or not. That was one of the few parts I didn't get to. Been to Six Flags, been to SeaWorld, been to Kings Island Cedar Points a couple times because they're literally at both. I can go either way and find an amusement park. I was kind of bummed when they closed, and then I wasn't kind of bummed either when I heard about some of the things that went on. But we had SeaWorld up in Cleveland up there, and they had a Six Flags with it. It's a shame they closed down, but they were having some issues. But it was kind of cool to see it. You got to go when I had a chance. You used to be able to go up to Cleveland and get a package where you'd get Cedar Point tickets, SeaWorld tickets, and Six Flags tickets, and a big bundle for one price for an entire family. And for a family of us, it was family 5. It was a good deal. That was always a good deal. And then you just had, pick your own hotel and stuff. You get a couple of days with tickets. The first night we stayed in a hotel, we stayed for 3 nights. The second night we stayed at a campground, which we had a blast. They had set a tent up for us and everything. We didn't have to bring anything. They had everything there for us. And then the third night we were back in a hotel again. It was nice because that hotel had a pool, so the kids got to play a little bit too. Yeah, that was good that she reached 3,000. So be ready for her. She could be all wound up. She may stop in Monday. I hope she does for the premiere. It's kind of hard for her to stop in for her premieres. That's why I try to be there for the premieres because she's so busy. She does a lot of writing and stuff. And now that her new schedule, she's still trying to get used to that. But Tuesday Talk, be ready because she's going to be wound up. She was so excited. And hopefully she'll feel better by then too. Like I said, that poor woman was feeling it today. Well, she was feeling it last night or Friday nights for Oracle. I mean, I felt bad for her. But she loves it too much. She doesn't want to. She doesn't like missing it, and she already missed it. We already missed it the once. I mean, it does make her feel so much better when she's done at the end of the night. But man, she was done. She was done that night. And I felt so bad for her yesterday, since this is Sunday. Saturday, when she texted me, voice texted me, she sounded so rough. It's like, oh, you poor thing, go back to bed. Okay, I got a little bit. But she'll be ready to rock that out Tuesday. I said, what do you want to do? I think I'm going to try to get her to do something special for it for Tuesday for the 3,000 plus. That'll be fun to do. Maybe I'll get her to do a giveaway or something. Oh, yeah. I did a good one. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's about staircases in the woods. I still would like to talk about that. Maybe we'll do that one Wednesday night. This Wednesday, I think we're just going to chill out. I got a couple ideas. See what happens. See what makes the crow fly. See if I can shake a few trees Wednesday night. See what falls out. I'm a little more prepared, a little more comfortable. Wednesday, like I said, Sunday nights, I just try to make them about her. Replay. You knew you was forgetting something the other day. That's all right. It's so crazy because she's still trying to figure out what's the best night. But she didn't go to mom's last few times, and then we went to Unity. So she's all kind of screwed up. So this Friday, I don't know if we're doing Oracles Friday or Saturday. So we'll probably find that out either Tuesday or between Tuesday and Thursday, I'm sure. No, but I will. She stopped in last night and she got a reading. She seemed to be doing good. She's tired, and that's to be expected. She's gonna be sleeping a lot and trying to let her body heal, and it's probably driving her nuts. She's just like me. She's hyper. Wants to get out and do things. You don't want to be home in bed. But she sounded good last night. Just tired. I was kind of hoping she'd show up tonight, but when she doesn't show up, that just means she's resting, and she was with family for the holidays, so she said she got waited on, so that was good. But she said was tired, and if she's not here, I'm just hoping she's resting. Now Monday, after we're done with the premiere, Gemma's premiere, 11 o'clock premiere. I got to go to the doctors and do my physical. I'll be out of touch with people for probably about 3 to 4 hours. I got to remind her too. And then Tuesday's replays at 1. Then me at 10 to midnight Wednesday night. I'm pretty sure Pixel will probably stream this Thursday. And then we'll just wait to see if she's doing Oracles Friday or Saturday, and I'll do her replay on the other night that she does. That's pretty much the schedule. In fact, what is her video for Monday? Because I believe she has it up. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. I thought she did. We'll find out. I think she does, though. Actually, she does. It's the Twins connection. I knew it was that one. It's this. We do this. Oh, it's not going to let me do that, you boo-boo head. 1 second here. It is this right here. Share it. Let's switch over here. I'm going to share this. Put this in the background. She's got one of her new rigs on. She looks good. There. This is the video for Monday's premiere. Right here. Creepy. Here, I'm going to do this. I really don't need beauty on today. Let's get rid of that. But that's her. Don't do that. But that's her video for Monday. That's a creepy kind of picture. Yeah, that's this Monday at 11. And I believe she's also going to release her members onlys either on Thursday or Friday too. So once I know about that, I'll make sure I'll let everybody know Wednesday or Thursday during Pixie stream if she streams. But that's her video for Monday. I'm glad when she posts it up early because that way I can show it in this stream. That way everybody knows what it is. Yeah, and the thing is, I have my notifications set, and sometimes I still don't get notified. So just make sure you just keep an eye on that stuff. Not only on for her channel here, but for your other favorite channels, because YouTube plays their games, man. That's why I'm going to try to get at least me streaming on Rumble. And like I said, I may, if I can get, what I have to do is I think I have to release a couple of videos. And once I establish viewers, I can go live. And I was thinking about doing the Gemma replays live on Rumble for people who have, have gone over there and have, kind of, a lot of people have left YouTube. I mean, yeah, they're still getting thousands of views, but a lot of people are not doing the YouTube like they used to. There you go. Yeah, since you're a member now. Yeah, I kind of like this member thing. But you got to count everybody in, but it's so nice. But I didn't like the fact that I gave out memberships and I couldn't pick out who I gave the memberships to. That kind of bummed me out. But at least a couple of the people I was trying to get memberships to got them. But, Edna got hers. I wanted to get one to Mike. I wanted to get one to Eris and give them a membership. And it's making me go. It makes you go down the list. And it's like, man, she's got so many subscribers now. I got to figure out if there's a way that I can set it in her YouTube so you can pick who gets the membership. Yeah, I want to get you a membership, Eris. That way, if you want to keep it, you can keep it, and if not, if you can't, that's fine. But at least you get like a month to get the member videos and stuff. And then she is working on things for it, so that's good. And it's a nice touch because it helps guarantee. It's just, man, YouTube sucks them so dry. And if she would make half the money if she got to keep half the money she made on YouTube, she wouldn't be too bad off. But YouTube is now taking almost half of everything, and that's just BS. I'm sorry, YouTube, you can get mad, but that's a fact. That's just BS. And then they get picky on what you can't say or do, but you go to other streamers and they get away with murder. And it's just that. So, but when you can't default to media outlet anyways, because it does draw in a lot of people. There's a lot of people that still watch YouTube who started here, and it's hard to leave the channel you start. Yes, a lot of people are going to Rumble right now. A lot of them are going permanently to Rumble too. So, and they're still running their YouTube channel. But if you notice, you go to the Rumble channel and it's got way more viewers. It's like they still get the same viewers on YouTube, but you go to Rumble and it's increased. One person said they're just a little channel. I think they only had like 1,000, 2,000 people here. He went over to Rumble and he immediately jumped up to like 4,000. He was so impressed. Ralph thinks you should turn that. Yeah, I know, but that's not my decision. I don't even know if Cindy has seen that. Cindy, I don't know if Gemma has seen that post yet. So I'm going to make sure she sees it tomorrow. That's between her and Arisha, who does the shirts. But I will bring it up because that is a good one. I did like that one. I like the one you did with us in the dragon heart too. I thought that was a nice one too. But that one, I think when she sees that one, she'll like it. You should be able to get Rumble, Cindy. It's just like YouTube. It's just rumble.com. You should be able to get on it. Should be. Yeah, that's true, Eris. She does have people that just like to give her a hard time. And it's sad. They can't move on. All because of one other person. So that's where a lot of that comes from. Plus, hey, you're on the, even as the smallest YouTuber will tell you, you're going to have your trolls no matter wherever you go, how big or small you are. I check tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, because I'm going to say something to her. I have got everything set up to print them. I'm going to go get some of the ones you did for me. Because my dad got a kind of giggle out of the Godzilla and me and the Volkswagen bus. So I got it printed off. He's got it downstairs. I think he's going to make me a frame for it. If he can't, we're going to, because he likes doing stuff like that still. I'm going to go buy one for it. And then the other one, I'm going to send to a friend. They got a kick out of it too. So not Gemma, but a family member thought it was cute. My cousin. So I'm going to send her that one and then maybe put one out for myself. I got to get more photograph paper and some more photograph ink to do that. But thank you. I do enjoy those. I hope you know that, Cindy Lee. We do enjoy those. A lot of people get a kick out of them. Now I got plenty of pictures on there. So if you need picture ideas, just go to my profile, my Facebook page. If it's not, I've been posting, we're sending Gemma a lot of fairy stuff. So she really likes that fairy and fae and angel stuff. So I try to send her that stuff. I know you do. You seem like you have a fun time making them. So I always screw them up. But I'm going to have to start learning how to do stuff like that. I want to be able to make her to be able to do more graphics and stuff on the channel too. I don't think she wants to get too fancy with it because that's the whole premise of it. It's just to be, pretty much as down to earth as you can. I have no problem with, showing stuff, which we do need to do more like on Tuesday Talk and stuff. But when it comes to Oracle, she doesn't need anything fancy. It's all about her just being with her gemstones and doing her thing. She loves that stream. That's her baby right there. And you can tell she enjoys it when she's even as sick as she was. But she left with a smile on her face. I know she probably crashed hard that night. I'm kind of jittery tonight. Interesting. I got kind of lag going. Well, folks, I think I am going to call it, though. I'm going to go piddle around. I got to get up and move. My antsy butt's getting nervous again. Getting twitchy. I want to be able to start this week anew. I want to get us back to rocking. I like it when we have a lot of people in here at night. Wednesday now seems to be like the prime night because I get on here early. I want to make everybody have fun. Tonight, like I said, I don't put one around when there's a lot going on. I try not to push on how late I stay or anything. I want people to rest. Like this weekend was a holiday. Yeah, she really does. Her Oracle night is the night for her. That's when she shines. And then she's starting to get used to doing Tuesday Talk. When she misses that stuff, she does miss it. I felt really weird missing that Tuesday and just sticking my nose in. Yeah, I'll have fun. It's just physical. The only thing I hate is I end up seeing like 4 doctors and probably a 3-hour span. Just rough running around in the hospital. But I'm going to make sure I keep my phone with me because if I see that dang black-eyed kid again, I'm following him around this time. So if people don't hear from me for 6 hours, that means I'm still roaming around the hospital trying to get this sucker on camera. So, because I'm going to follow him this time. Like I did last time, I followed him for 20 minutes, but he went to a place I couldn't follow him. So that'll be fun. But usually they're pretty easy appointments. I've been real good. There's some things that they're always concerns. But I usually don't worry about them anymore. It's just to make sure everything is stable. That I am the neurological part of me. I mean, it's pretty obvious that I'm being a little more tongue-tied more lately. And we have noticed that. The doctor has noticed that too, that I have been a little on the tongue-tied side lately. There's not much I can do about it. It's just a part of the issue. And I'm just going to have to learn to deal with it. I'm just hoping it doesn't force me to stop streaming, but it may cut my bat time back a little bit. But I don't plan on stopping. I mean, you guys seem to handle it pretty good. And I don't really care what people think when it comes to the way I talk. I mean, I'm pretty obvious, but I've been pretty blunt about it. But anyways, let's have a good night. I'm going to cut out of here. I'm going to get up and run around the house. I am getting antsy, getting a little jerky. Please, everybody, have a wonderful Sunday. Once again, this here above me is Monday at 11. Should be a good one, too. Tuesday, talk at 1. Me, 10 to midnight on Wednesday. I believe Pixie should be streaming Thursday night at 8. Then Oracles will either be on Friday or Saturday. I think Saturday. So everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you, Cindy. You have a good night, too. All the people that are sitting back and watching and hanging out with us and just kind of hanging out in the background, thank you for hanging with us. I do appreciate it. Heck, I'm only down to one person anyway, so everybody's pretty much left. So good night, everybody. Have a wonderful one. Good night, Cindy.